Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Fall of the Republic playthrough as the CIS. I'm just going to quickly move into there. But in the last episode, we had a lot of pretty good successes. We're pushing the Republic back. We had some technical difficulties. They managed to take Kashyyyk as well, but we're making some inroads in the core. And we are actually also ready to take out Humberine. So let's do that. And that's all ground stuff. This is like every Jedi. Let's order 66. This planet texture also really needs to fucking change.
Choose your reinforcements.
I'm happy with a lot of the other ones, but trying to hand do or Grand Designer these was not effective.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Republic troops.
Location confirmed.
Roger. Here. A command I like.
Alright, well, rip Jedi. They used to have collision mesh issues, which made them next to impossible to kill. And then that was fixed, and it made them very easy to kill in space. Really, the Jedi are only intended to be ground right now. They have the fighters in case they end up in space, but we do not recommend. Where's Kit? Oh, he's back at the station, at the shipyard. Surprised they're not retreating already. I think all those Kashyyyks are actually real units. So the fact that they're single unit retreating, not great. Not horrible. I don't really think they're going to be much of a threat in this area right now, but would still rather have them die than leave. Could you make it so Jedi only show up if they can attach to a Venator? No. If you limit their ability to appear in a battle, that's how you get a lot of shitty side effects. And it's possible to balance them as Jedi, as like fighter heroes. We just fixed a bug that was making them very overpowered before, which as a result made them very underpowered. So we definitely aren't giving them capital ships directly. That would be very overpowered again. Bob has been working on stuff to try to get the AI to spread their heroes out a little bit more, but it's harder than you'd think. Some of them do prioritize attaching to flagship, but a lot of them are intended to be like fighter heroes when they're in space. Like Anakin would never, he'd always prefer to be in a starfighter. So it's really a character by character situation. Lost Mega Road. We killed 4 of the best Jedi Masters, so, or 3 best Jedi Masters and Anakin. Sorry, Anakin. You are not granted the rank of Master. That's 5 artillery in an A6. Well, we kind of got to focus more on ground out here, so that's fine. Or I can actually send Ventress's ground units to the core. Because we already have Sora out here. And we have Loathsome's fleet out here as well, or ground army. Ground fleet. Is there a hero vendor with an SPHAT on the other side? We're going to be doing that for Yalar and have an ability for that.
Choose your reinforcements.
Okay, Rampager. This is just going to be a slaughter, I think. Captor, Daddy X Pride. Rots doesn't rot. Deception. Tiber the Frog. Maticus. Phalanx. Nerf Gladiator spam. And Rancid Little Hard Cell.
Our target priority is the laser.
Yeah, if you have multiple ground units or stuff that attaches to flagship, it'll all attach to the same ship. The Clone Wars 4.0 mod actually does that intentionally with a lot of its ground units, where if there's a ship in the fleet, they'll attach to it, which means you'll have like an acclimator with 25 ground units just stacked on it.
I'll be there.
Are these ground? No. There's a lot of space, some ground. We'll probably retreat from this. This is going to be a big fleet. I feel like playing EAWX. Which mod should I play? Revan's Revenge, for sure. Uh-oh, Spaghettios. I think the Rampager can handle this. But this fleet definitely can't.
Republic resistance does not concur with my calculations. All forces withdraw.
I don't want to let them build up to a capital shipyard here. Maybe I'll switch this with the Rampager fleet right now. Yeah. Because I think this fleet can handle that. It'll be close. Maybe I'll pull over a couple of other units. Shit. That's really not what you want to see. Well, it can definitely win that fight. Here, let's take this planet first.
All transport ships.
And then we'll just send all the space units over there.
Yes. I'll be there. I understand. I'm on it. Understood.
Alright.
I'm going.
We've secured
Support.
the landing zone.
And this is a victory point as well, so we don't even need to kill the structures. They have nothing that can retreat, so...
Reinforcements
I'm with you.
Considering it's just the structures, it's probably going to be a quick
I am on.
pop in, drop in, and stop in.
I'll be there. I understand. Stay close to me.
You ready to destroy the clones? Successful tactical adjustment. The fight's not over.
Acknowledged. Waiting. This way.
bombing run available.
Reload your nav program.
Alright.
Here. on
We
it.
got it.
Let me help you. Understood.
Bam! Then we blew them up, except we didn't.
System control achieved.
Alright, Mace. Sorry to do this to you. Well, actually, Ayla Secura is the last of the Order in that case. She was somewhere around here. I think she was over Karita. Svenzel is asking, should I read the Tales of the Jedi comics before playing KOTOR or after? I'd say play KOTOR first. I don't think you really need to play one to understand the other, or to experience one to understand the other. Like, I hadn't read anything about Tales of the Jedi before playing KOTOR, and they didn't really design the game and thinking that you had. Whereas Tales of the Jedi kind of sets up some stuff from the era, but
Choose your reinforcements.
there's some references. It's not a thing where you like need to know one to know the other. Really, a lot of Star Wars media is like that. Okay, Tiber the Frog, get in there. Another happy landing. Ross doesn't rot. Daddy X Pride after here.
Lasers are our target.
Let's get Coburn. So a lot of fighters, so diamonds in the rough.
The missile
Dodonna is after Coburn. We have Captor, which is Noxilia. Phalanx.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Alright. And Screed, we want you to take the next Ion shot if we can. There we go. Have Kermit voice as a Twitch word. So I know that's a joke, but like in general, one of the problems with doing too much with Twitch rewards is that I pretty much just use Twitch as a place to stream while recording YouTube stuff. And having too much baked into that doesn't work out super well. Like, I try to make the episodes make sense even if people aren't watching the Twitch stream, obviously. Which sometimes I do a better job of than other times, but it's something that I'm working on. So having too much of, like, the regular Twitch stream kind of setup may not be the best.
direct on the entrance.
And there are some games and some streams that I do as just a dedicated Twitch thing. But, again, that kind of gets back to only having the 24 hours in a day. And the patch notes not really being clear on how many more hours I'm going to get in the next update.
System control achieved.
Alright. Got the planet back again. So let's go back down to Kashyyyk now.
I understand.
You get extra support. You get extra support. You get extra support. There we go.
Tactical battle imminent.
We're really pushing back towards the core here. This is pretty epic. Is this the one that had like... Okay, there's actually just one of those. Oh, and they don't even have production buildings there. That'd be a pretty easy building to take.
Choose your reinforcements.
Highly accurate. Let's go. Stay clear. Focus on
All right, this is just going to be another slaughter.
Final sequence initiated.
We have enough money now that I can check the
The lasers are our target.
Grievous building. See how we'd be able to afford that. I think we should be done a lot of the stuff we were building at Geonosis anyways. There we go. The droid attack on the Wookiees can be underway. Actually, it'd be droid attack with the Wookiees again. So, like, I need to have properly apportioned time between modding, stuff to do for Datapad, stuff to do for Corey Loses, stuff to do for X2, and, like, actual life. Actual life has not taken up much of any time since COVID-teen, but maybe someday. We need this built. Let's get Fix a Flatback and Hydra back. SDF Mega Road, Star Cutter, Tiny Mouse. Maybe we'll just get Invisible Hand doing stuff. We don't need all the extra. Ryloth.
Researching.
Let's get IGBC support.
Research complete. Research complete. Research complete.
I want Ventress to have these, but I also want to take Emberline. How are we doing for the chart? We're actually ahead in military. On Cruel.
Assault frigate here.
The dark side is strong in you.
Yeah, Tiny Mouse, the Gozanti, because of weird company stuff in Empire at War, the Tiny Mouse isn't going to go away. But I think it died in another fleet, so I'm not that worried about giving it back.
I'm on it.
Or building a second one. Dual wielding. It's one of the most frustrating parts about doing the community challenges, actually, is ground companies. Because I need to code a different version of the unit, then a different version of the company, and have it properly limit the building to 1 without limiting it to none. Building the HV guns here when I'm controlling space, it would really work if it was, if it made sense and they just shot the blockade, which is a thing that we kind of want to do. If you're parking over an HV gun or an ion cannon, have it be able to shoot.
Heading out.
Careful. The fight's not over.
At maximum unit capacity.
Now you see who is your superior general.
Why does the AI attack so rarely on the ground? Well, they have to win in space first. Usually if they win in space, they're sending a ground force right behind it, but I've usually cut them off when they're trying to.
Master isn't here to witness your pathetic display.
Yeah, there is also the raiding stuff when they may not be prepared to do an actual invasion, but they'll
Complete.
try to attack shipyards, but those are fairly uncommon.
We've secured a build pad.
They don't exist in both mods.
A build pad.
You are ready to face the Jedi. The stories are true. You are powerful.
Alright, back up to there. No, Ventress. Ah, Ventress. That's a Juggernaut.
On the ruins. This fight isn't over.
Yay! Pretty impressive.
All right.
I am strong with the dark side.
So it's really just the infantry and the Juggernaut, but that can still be dangerous. If we could take this landing pad, that'd be very helpful. Oh,
We've secured a landing
J1's in position.
Stop smiling at me. I was once young too. I am Sith. Stand aside, foolish Jedi. Or face my
Come on. Force push. And the J1's going to support you. Nope, J1 is going to support you, I said. Don't make me a liar.
We've lost a build pad.
No pretender can hope to defeat me. I am Count Dooku's favored disciple.
Oh well, Dooku's dead, so maybe let's not put too much stock in that right now, Ventress.
Reinforcements.
Careful.
Bombing run available.
We're going to be ready to go.
Do not gloat until the battle
Yep,
is won.
too much.
Build pad.
The Jedi Council will
More like Dead Guy Council.
burn the temple
We've
on the
lost a
ground.
build pad.
Alright, let's head up. No, Ventress.
We've secured a build pad.
Okay, everyone stay around.
We've lost
We're all safe. I mean, we're all scared. Haha, we're not scared. I lied.
You cannot strike me down.
We've secured a build pad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those rockets were all from the Juggernaut, and that's why they were
You are too weak to
doing as much as they were. What are you, Ventress?
and I'll give you a cookie.
You should be fine.
Even your power has
We've
limits.
lost a build pad. We've secured a build pad.
I am eager to demonstrate my skills, Master.
Alright. B1s. In you go. You. Shoot.
We've secured a build pad.
The main thing about non-blaster fire against like Ventress and other Jedi is that she doesn't absorb it. With a lot of infantry blaster fire, the Jedi are actually able to heal from it, which is an effect we turn down a lot with the reworks, but it's still a big part of why they're as good against infantry as they are, while being bad against other stuff. It's like, I'm generally very happy with where the Jedi are sitting right now, where they feel really powerful, but they also feel like they have these moments of vulnerability. And, like, stats can be shuffled around a bit, but I don't think it's something that's going to change a huge amount.
We've lost a build pad.
Alright, I'm actually going to send the HMPs to look for the HV guns. HMPV guns.
We've secured a build pad.
Right, you are artillery. You can just stop and shoot wherever you want. Is it up here then? Yeah, it's probably up there.
We've lost a build pad.
Unit destroyed.
Oh,
Unit destroyed.
AA guns. GG. My bad.
We've secured a build pad.
You hate to see it.
Better come up with a plan. Follow me.
We've secured a build pad. We've secured a landing zone. We've captured an abandoned
There it
city.
is. That would have saved me an HMP.
Forming squad. Hunter programs loaded.
Crap, that could have killed both, I think, if they hadn't died to this AA gun as well. But we can also just take this now.
Vehicle clear. Are you damaged?
We've secured
Here we go.
a build pad. We've lost a build pad. conquered.
Oh boy, look at all that.
A command I like.
Please don't be space units. Crap. It's just a Praetor. We've beaten a Praetor with this fleet before, but they have HV guns. Yeah, it's all good. They also, the AI does have a behavior in Fall of the Republic for the main factions, where they'll go and raid shipyards, where they just intend to take the shipyards out. But it's not super common.
Initiate paste protocol.
Highly accurate.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Redundancy procedures initiated.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Secure.
It's basically meant to punish leaving too much on your fronts undefended.
Please input your orders. Roger.
Ha, you missed. Alright, this time we are...
I will not fall without a fight.
Oh, that's a support Pelta. That goes first. Okay, now that.
All units decommissioned immediately.
Negative life form confirmed. Finish him.
And acclimators after the smaller guys.
What is it, my lord?
Recusants after... not acclimators. Munificence.
Fire at will.
I am at your disposal.
Machines are superior. Terminate.
If you're especially aggressive, then the AI can't respond as easily. And you'll get attacked a lot less as well. Okay.
Here.
Uh-oh. Finish him.
Because the more they're attacked, the more they lose territory. The faster you blitz, the more they have to shuffle around their forces to respond, and the less opportunity they have to actually execute attack plans. And part of that is just finding ways to limit how often the player wants to attack. Because in Empire at War, you basically reach a point where you have a full fleet, or a fleet that's able to match up to a full fleet, and at that point, there's no reason not to keep attacking. Like, you gain more from being on the offensive than from like trying to build up defenses.
Direct fire at their laser cannon.
So part of it just comes to some stuff that we have planned to make it so that sprawl is discouraged.
Do not let Republic troops secure target Alpha.
Alright, if you just turn away from the side where you actually have weaponry, then you're going to die, Shadow of Hyrule. That's basically as far as that goes. Here, I'm actually going to grab all the munificence. Do that.
I am at your disposal.
Because if you're just, you know what, just fucking turn that way.
The Republic troops have 2 transports in the area.
Here.
There we go.
What is it, my lord?
We must complete both shutdown sequences.
And go for that one. You go for that engine. You go for that engine. You go for that. You go for that one. You go for that one. You go for that one. You just keep flying forward. You go for that one. And I can just keep going up and down the line, reassigning it targets. Alright, we should be able to switch to these guys now. Shadow of Hyrule should be fine. Alright. Alright. Ground units. Not quite the reward that we'd been hoping for when we first attacked, but you know what? We'll take it. Maybe, if we can kill Delta. No? Oh well. Killed 2 more Jedi, but... eh. Alright, let's get back to Humberine. And... Kashyyyk. We're basically pushing east to west now, and we're going to kind of collapse in around that way onto the core.
How can I help you? On my way.
I forgot this was the beachhead map.
Be right there. Right.
Okay, let's go for that one then.
Choose your reinforcements.
Got it. I'll help any way I can.
Let's get some ATs.
Setting course.
Maximum unit
Over there.
capacity.
You got it.
Oh right, this one, because it's just Fall of the Republic,
I see.
it has the affiliations properly. It is, in fact, the droid attack on the Wookiees.
Commander Skywalker reporting.
Ready to destroy the
So many Wookiees. Alright, support base there.
Heading there now.
I'm gonna have to send Sora back. No, probably not.
We've secured
I'll be
a
there.
landing zone.
I understand.
Okay, let's go up.
We made it. Roger,
Choose your reinforcements.
Fight's not over.
Right away.
At maximum
Hellfires.
Construction complete.
Really
Okay, kill the trees.
Awaiting your signal.
Nope. Sora.
Gives a Jedi his
I'm
power.
on it.
Fight's not over.
Copy.
Oh, we made
I'm gonna send one Octoptar up that way, another up this way. And where's our specialists?
What's the mission?
We've secured a build pad.
I'm gonna select one of them to send over here to help on the other side.
Our base is under attack. We've lost a build pad.
Right, shot the gate. That's epic. Okay, we'll move up this way now. There's another Wookiee tree over here. Is the base still here? I think the base is still on that side.
We've secured a build pad.
Get in so you can heal the vehicles. That should be far enough.
We've secured a build pad.
Stop there. You keep going. And you keep going.
We've
There we
lost
go.
a build pad.
Alright. These two sides are going to meet up kind of in there.
We've secured a build
More Wookiee trees to kill. And is there still a sensor down on that side?
Skywalker reporting.
Okay, Sora's fine. Let's get a sensor node.
constructed.
That'll give us a better idea of which way we're going at least.
We've secured
And let's get into that landing zone.
construction complete.
There is a sensor there. Alright. Send some droids to capture that. And everyone else, keep moving up this way. I might actually send the Persuaders down here.
A build pad.
Support the Octoptara and the main invasion force, because this is their main base.
We've lost a build pad.
Okay. There we go.
We've secured a build pad.
Driving more up. Here, let's get the
Secured a landing zone.
these to just help the Octoptara on this structure, and we're gonna move the We're gonna start the Octoptara moving. There we go. Okay, so that isn't actually the main base. This is.
Target's locked.
We made it. You better hide. Roger, roger.
We can start moving you. Keep moving you.
Bombardment available.
Transmit the
Sora.
We've lost a build pad.
Oh, that didn't work.
We've secured a build pad. We've lost a
I was hoping I'd kill all of it with one. Well, all of it meaning just that extra ATPT. Alright. Loathsome, float on in. Got another repair set. Where's Sora? Sora's already on his way into the base. Oh, I guess we should kill these Wookiees first.
We've secured a build pad. We've lost a build pad.
So the thing with the clone counts given by the Kaminoans in the movie is that they said units. And a unit doesn't necessarily have to be one clone. Karen Travis tended to try to go towards legions or units being one clone, but most other sources tended to not. And
We've lost a build pad.
like Karen Travis tried to essentially make them into Spartans, every clone. So
We've secured a
I would typically err more towards the unit being a designation.
on my way.
Because even just in the scene at the end of Attack of the Clones where they're loading onto the Acclimators, if you count the ones that are there, I think you get over 100,000
How can I help you?
just in that one location. And there were also secondary cloning facilities throughout the galaxy that were producing clones like more quickly generally. Ptolemex had one, for example. So it wasn't just like 3 million clones for the whole galaxy in the Clone Wars. And a lot of the Clone Wars was fought in a more local level. So like planetary defense forces, large parts of the war would have happened on planets that never saw a single battle droid or clone trooper. Star Wars is always inconsistent with scale as well, so it really just depends on how you're using each source. Like if you're designing something from the ground up, then it makes sense to just go with what makes sense for whatever your purpose is. But then you have like certain books, especially in the mid-90s, where there's like basically 4 Star Destroyers in the galaxy, and that's the entire galactic force for what we know is like millions of planets, which doesn't really make sense. Alright, let's go to Umbara.
Building started.
And we can probably move this fleet from Foros now.
It won't be long now.
And go into Alderaan. Or maybe an Axis. Yeah, let's go to an Axis and then Barlock with this fleet. How is Grievous's fleet building going? Pretty decent.
Yes, my lord.
Tactical battle imminent. Tactical battle imminent.
Sereno, they are pushing up this way, which is not epic, but I mean, we're still doing all right with that.
I'm going.
Roger, roger.
Like, if we take Umbara here,
Ground invasion commencing.
which it, you know what, let's,
Unit destroyed.
because it's not a proper Umbara map. Colin is working on some Umbara props, so we will hopefully have an actual proper Umbara map at some point soon.
Choose your reinforcements.
Roger, roger.
Do not let enemy forces
Have you ever thought of other factions forcing an air advance? No. There are certain aspects of the game that are being divorced from the eras. So like certain tech research that may have a basic era prerequisite, but there are other ways to get around elements of it. Like at its core, the era system is just about what time period the game is in.
Perhaps it is time to stop feeling
So we aren't going to let like another player factor like, oh, I don't want to fight the Eclipse. Skip the era. That would be kind of shitty. Will Savage be added to the game? Maybe eventually. Not really a priority right now. There's a bunch of, like, infantry is... Character models, really, are one of the harder things to do, or one of the less common skills. So with how much we have to do, then usually it's prioritized for certain things, like core requirements for a faction. So Savage would be an option for a few places in the future, but not something that we're really focused on doing at the moment. Because like we've got a bunch of factions to set up for both mods and some other stuff.
tactical battle
Yeah.
imminent.
Sereno. I think we can try to defend this. 17. A6 Juggernauts. I didn't notice Mandalore. So Mandalore the planet is in the game. We don't use it in any Fall of the Republic maps because it's not really an important part for these maps. There will be maps that have it in the future. But like, there's not going to be a playable Mandalore faction or whatever. Just a couple starting forces, and that's about an accurate representation of what Mandalore's strength was at this point.
Securing area.
Don't get too close.
We've secured a build pad. We've secured a build pad. We've lost the abandoned turbo laser tower.
This is a map that I don't think should have one of the victory points,
Lost a build
so I'd like to remove it from this one, but... I don't know if we're going to be able to kill anything here.
We've secured a build pad.
If we could kill a Juggernaut, that would be cool. If we could kill 17 Juggernauts, that would be really cool.
Base is under attack. We've secured a build pad. Turret constructed.
Don't get too close.
Construction complete. We've secured a build pad.
Alright, let's try to stay back just enough. Because, like, they're going to bombing run.
Construction complete.
What the fuck? Oh, I've never seen that part of the map before. Alright.
We've secured a build pad. Aggregate factory.
Hey, we killed at least one.
We've lost.
Killed 2.
System
Epic.
lost.
Highly accurate.
Tactical battle imminent.
Alright, Telti. We're really close to cutting off all their movement in the galaxy. We have been talking about doing a potential galactic build limit for A6 Juggernauts,
Reinforcements.
because they're basically the SSDs of ground.
Double checking. Advance the attack. Highly accurate. Double checking.
Reinforcements cancelled.
General defense.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Destination confirmed.
Input. Fallout initiated.
Reinforcements en route.
Alright. Praetor. Oh, car alarm. Okay. Car alarm stopped.
How are you doing that? Eliminate.
Gunship reporting. Launching attack. Attack position.
Any chance to escape?
Hey,
Direct
none of that.
fire on the engines.
We're not going to be able to stop this.
Destroy
Oh well.
the engines.
Just one sec there. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Really, there's Coruscant, Kuat, Deco Neomoidia. This fleet over Sereno.
On my way.
We're close to having one. Alright, let's take Telti, which is... Oh, this is just mines. Our attack collection. Yeah, and one company.
Planetary
That's...
control achieved.
Beginning construction.
That's an easy auto-resolve there. Alright. How do we want to finish this off? Not a Kuat assault. Maybe Coruscant? Or Kurita, rather. Just a space battle over Kurita. Yeah. So let's do that. Or no, let's actually leave it here, because then we can take Contrum, we can take Wayland, and we'll push on next stream. So we'll probably have one more stream, maybe one or two more episodes, but we'll take the northern part of the galaxy and the core, and then we'll figure out what our next series are going to be, because we're going to be starting the community challenge, but like I said, that's probably going to be a once-a-week stream, and I'm going to hope to have the video for ship selection by the time this video goes out. So, hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.